Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Powerhouse Ideas. Nowadays, it's very difficult to find what will be the next movement of Nifty. So for that, I am making this video to make you understand that what is the price action being formed in Nifty 50 chart. Where can Nifty move on the very next day, that is 25th of May 2022. What are the key levels which Nifty 50 is showing and what does the option chain data tells you? So I'll be breaking this video into two parts. One is option chain. I'll be giving you a crux of what option chain data says. And the next part will be I'll be talking about the important levels of Nifty 50, how you should trade Nifty 50 and what can be the key levels. So on the first part of the video, I'll be discussing about the option chain data. This is a platform sensible.com which is related to Zerodha. This platform particularly tells you what are the contracts open at different strike prices. So this data tells us about the resistance and support. On the left side, it talks about the resistance. The calls on the left side shows the call writing and works as a resistance. On the right, it tells about the puts, which we can say the supports. Right now, the price which closed today is 16,125. So everything above 16,125 will be part of ITM calls, in the money calls, and everything below 16,125 will be part of in the money puts. This spikes over here, this graphs, let me tell you which one. This graphs over here or this bars over here, which we can see it over here, this one, tells about the open interest or the open contracts at particular strike price. Means the larger the graphs, the larger the bars shows that the resistance are very strong, and the same thing can be seen on charts as well. And on the right side you can see the puts are not that strong as compared to the resistance. So this data clearly tells us that the data is negative right now. The resistance are much stronger as compared to the supports, and the same will be seen on the charts as well. Most of the people argue that the option chain data creates the price action, but I differ on this. What I understand is that the price moves on demand and supply concept. It's a broadly economics concept, demand and supply, which can be seen clearly on the charts. After following the price action, after following the demand and supply, that price action forms this data, because the people are also looking at the demand and supply areas and taking trades in options accordingly. They are choosing the strike prices according to the demand and supply created at the charts. So what I think is that the price movement creates this chart, this data. This data does not creates the price movement. This is my thinking. I may be wrong, but it's logical that demand and supply will create movement in this data. And let me tell you one more thing. Whatever we seeing right now this data seems to be very bearish, very strong resistance, but this data changes dynamically. Every second this data changes. So we need to see the real picture of this data when we are entering a trade. Right now this data is bearish. Maybe tomorrow by 9:30, 9:15, 9:25 this data turns bullish. But right now the scenario as per data is bearish. Okay, which is showing a strong resistances. Now let us move to the next part of the video, that is price action. So before trading any day, we are preparing for tomorrow, that is 25th of May. So before trading, 25th of May, not 24th, we are preparing for 25th of May. So before 25th of May, I usually do a homework, and this I do every day. Whenever I have to trade the next day, I do a homework. What I do is I identify step number 1, 4 levels. What are these 4 levels? 4 levels are 2 supports and 2 resistances. 2 on the downside and 2 on the upside. 2 important levels on the downside and 2 important levels on the upside. For identifying these levels, I use an hourly time frame. Now, why an hourly time frame? Because usually for intraday basis, we use 5 minutes or 15 minutes time frame. And please note that levels which work well on a bigger time frame will hold very much importance on a shorter time frame. Means if we identify a key level on an hourly time frame, that will have huge importance on 5 minutes and 15 minutes time frame. This is a proven fact. something which comes from the experience. You can check it that the bigger time frame levels work wonders on the smaller time frame level. So what I do is I identify four logical levels, two supports, two resistance on hourly time frame. We need not see the daily because daily is too bigger a time frame for intraday. Okay, so we identify hourly, and that level should be obvious. So first of all, let us talk about the resistances. The first level, as you can see over here, there was some price action over here, then over here, then over here, then again here, then again here. So this is an obvious level. I'm not like using a microscope to identify this is visible to the naked eyes. So this is support resistance number one, that is 16,390 के around एक strong resistance है. This is the first level which we identify. Second level we can see is over here is that when this fall came, we saw a support, then we saw a rejection over here, then this price also working as a rejection over here, then as a support, then as a support, then as a resistance and support. So the next important resistance comes out to be 16,260 ka level. Okay, so these are two levels on the upside. Now let us see two levels on the downside. उसके लिए हम डिलीट करते हैं. आप ये लेवल्स नोट कर सकते हैं. ऊपर की दो इंपॉर्टेंट रेजिस्टेंस, इनका इंपॉर्टेंस मैं आपको आने वाली वीडियो में, मतलब आने वाले टाइम में बताऊंगा, अभी 1-2 मिनट के अंदर. अब हम बात करते हैं सपोर्ट की. यू कैन सी द मार्केट हैज टेकन सपोर्ट ओवर हियर recently, then this big hammer candle shows that there was a support, then this area and this area. So this area or this price 16,120 ka price is holding as a good support. So this is support number one. The second support is over here. As you can see, when the price fall from here, it opened gap up and market took a support from here and rallied for somewhat around 400 points. So this is a important level which was seen over here also, over here also, and here also. So these are four obvious levels. The second level is 16,000 ka level or 16,010 ka level. So there are four obvious levels on the charts which can be seen. And one more important thing guys, अगर आप इन लेवल्स को, जो हमने लेवल्स अभी आइडेंटिफाई किए, आप ऑप्शन चेन में जाके देखोगे तो यू विल बी फाइंडिंग अ ह्यूज resistance or huge call writing on option chain data as well. So in the starting only I told that the data is replicated in the price action, or we can say the price action forms the data. This is a fight and this fight will never get over. Let's not discuss over that, but this price level will be a good call writing data in the option chain. You can go and check. I am not repeating it again. So this was step number one which I do before preparing for the next day, that is tomorrow. Now the step number two is, let us move to the smaller time frame and create our bias. That what will be our bias, how we will be proceeding, what will be our action plan, कैसे खेला जाएगा मार्केट के अंदर. आप देख सकते हो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन यू नीड टू आस्क, व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड. What is the trend? जो मेरी वीडियोस को टाइम से देख रहा है, he knows that the market is in an intraday downtrend. So I'll be looking only for sell trades, downside trades I'll be looking for. ठीक है. As we can see, the market created a double bottom over here. This was high of today, which reacted as a resistance and market fall. ठीक है. अब कल क्या हो सकता है? Right now we are bearish on intraday time frame and I'll be looking only for bearish moves. Scenario number one can be that the market open flats and start moving down. If market open flats and start moving down and breaks below today's low, I'll be targeting this area, keeping stop loss somewhere over here. This is scenario number one. Scenario number two, market opens flat and start moving up. Will I be taking a CE? Answer is no, because the trend is down and I won't bet against the trend. I will wait for the market to break above the previous resistance, जो latest resistance है, then only I will get intraday bullish. ठीक है. तो मार्केट अगर फ्लैट खुल के नीचे जाती है तो इस एरिया को, लो को ब्रेक करती है एंड सस्टेन करती है फॉर 5-10 मिनट्स, देन आई विल गो फॉर अ PE. If it open flats and start moving upwards, I won't do anything. I'll wait. Whether I will take a PE over here, whether I will take a PE over rejection over here, answer is no, because then market might create a double bottom kind of scenario and this area might work as a good support and it might be a trend changing pattern there. So the chances of hitting the stop loss over here is quite big. If the market open flats, touches this area, gives a fake red candle and then start moving up. ठीक है, this is scenario number 1. Market open flat. What if the market opens gap down? If the market opens gap down below this area, I'll be waiting for a retest of this area, because this area has been working as a support. I will wait for this area to be created a resistance, and if I see a strong rejection candle or a strong bullish red candle, I'll be going for a PE trade. The stop loss will be above that candle high and targeting the next support area, that is 16,000. What if the market open gaps down and straight away start moving downwards? I won't be taking any trade, because this area has been a big push phase and I'll be waiting for a pull phase. So this is scenario for gap downs. What if the market opens gap up? If the market open gaps up, I still won't be taking a CE trade, because that is going against the trend. Till the time market does not crosses above this level, I won't be going for a CE trade. I will wait for the market to either close above this, wait, make this area a support which was earlier a resistance, then only think of taking a CE entry. So I've discussed all the three scenarios: if the market open flats, if the market open gap down, and if the market open gap up. Okay, so these are the scenarios which we will be looking. Now let us see for a bonus that what is happening in SGX Nifty right now. SGX Nifty is kind of following a trend line, and we are seeing rejections at this area. So if this area is not broken, we will certainly see a gap down, but over here we can see a big rejection over here, and this area is somewhere around 16,000 only, which is also working as a support in our chart. This is just a derivative of our chart, so I'm just opening this chart to show you the price action, nothing related to the video. So this is our analysis. Let us summarize that. If the market open gap down, and so if the market opens flats and breaks below the low, we'll be going for a PE. If the market opens flat and goes above, we won't be doing anything. At least the market crosses above this. If the market open gap down, we will be waiting for a retest and a red candle over here. If the market opens gap down and start moving upwards, we won't be doing anything. If the market open gaps up, okay, still we won't be doing anything over here, because the trend is down and we need to trade with the trend. Now one last learning lesson over here. If you want to be profitable in the market, you need to identify your bias, what you are going to do and when you are going to do. As I identify that the market is in a downtrend, market is in an intraday downtrend, so I will be looking only for sell trades. This is my bias. And till what time this bias will remain? Till the time market does not crosses above this level. Maybe tomorrow the price action forms differently and our scenario, our plan changes, but for tomorrow this price action should work for us. So this is all from my side for today. I hope you had a learning session, and if you like the video, kindly don't leave the video without liking, without hitting the like button. Also share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you are doing a crime. Subscribe to the channel for regular updates. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.